Team Europe's Ryder Cup squad is set. Captain Luke Donald finalized the team on Monday with his 6 captains' picks. The team features 11 of the 12 members from Europe's 2023 team, including Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, and Jon Rahm. Now joining us, CBS Sports golf analyst Shane Bacon. Shane, not too many surprises with Monday's selections from Luke Donald. It's basically like the band's getting back together, right, from that 2023 Ryder Cup winning team. What do you think about the approach to basically run back what worked a couple years ago?
Yeah, I mean, it's a scary squad. I mean, Luke Donald wasn't going to deviate much in terms of these players. I mean, even the guys down the list, some of the players maybe not playing excellent golf right now, and Shane Lowry and Sepp Straka, they know what it feels like to win a Ryder Cup. We saw it a couple of years ago in Rome. You know, I think maybe the surprise in the middle of the season with Matt Fitzpatrick and the way he was playing basically since that win of the U.S. Open. But Matt Fitzpatrick has been one of the best players on this team over the last couple of months. So he basically pushed everybody out that was trying to make a run at the last spot, if you will. And it's a scary team. I mean, you look at one of the hardest things to do in golf right now is winning a Ryder Cup. You basically on the road. And this 12 for Luke Donald and the Europeans is about as good as you're going to kind of piece together in the modern era. They're a team, I think, that has a really good opportunity to actually pull off that feat.
Yeah, we talk about the experience, obviously, for Team Europe. Is that their biggest advantage over the American side?
I think it's their experience and basically the continuity of this squad. I mean, you think about what Luke Donald has done, obviously captaining the team a couple of years ago to a win. They've dove deep into the analytics. Eduardo Molinari is kind of a big part of that squad. They do so much stuff in the middle of the season, early in the season, putting people in positions to succeed if they make the team and when they make the team. And they also have all these natural teammates and pairings already. I mean, you think about, Victor Hovland and Ludwig last time out. They were so good together. I mean, Rory McIlroy is probably going to do a similar dance like we saw a couple years ago with Fitzpatrick and alongside Tommy Fleetwood. All of this stuff is extremely natural, and we haven't even got into the live guys in Rahm and Hatton who've been extremely successful as well. It's very easy, I'd say, for Luke Donald to put the pieces in place considering the success we've seen from so many of these players post Whistling Straits.
For the U.S., you're obviously defending home turf where they haven't lost since 2012 at the Miracle at Medina. Shane, what's the biggest advantage for the Americans at Bethpage Black?
Well, they got the best player in the world. I think that's very helpful. And, I mean, I think Scottie Scheffler's going to play 5 matches. And if he goes 5-0, that's going to be hard to overcome. We saw that at Whistling Straits with Dustin Johnson when he went 5-0. And, I mean, when you have a player that is this much better than the second best player in the world, it is an enormous advantage. That being said, the other thing is home soil, a golf course that you can set up, not as much as maybe in Ryder Cups of the past in terms of really kind of putting this the way you exactly want Bethpage Black to play. But obviously the home crowd and the fans are going to be a big part of this. It's basically like having a 13th teammate out there. I think having a captain that isn't as invested as Keegan Bradley is helps as well. But I think when you look at the American team, really those first 6 are a big play on their side. Russell Henley has been playing great golf. Obviously, Scottie Scheffler. And I think the question marks are some of the players that have been so successful in Ryder Cups. Somebody like Xander Schauffele, who we haven't seen play the way we saw him play last season, and Patrick Cantlay, who had to get picked. But Cantlay's been one of the best players on the American side over the last couple of Ryder Cups. And not to mention Justin Thomas. He's the most polished player on the American side. If JT can pair up with somebody that drives the ball well, let's say Keegan throws him out early with the Bryson DeChambeau, an alternate shot. I think there's opportunity there for JT to flash with the iron play in the short game around the greens. I also think Justin Thomas is one of those players that can get the fans up early. And if he does that, all of a sudden, now you've got a ton of momentum with those fans kind of getting into the kitchen of the Europeans.
Looking at the betting odds, early lean has the USA as -135 favorites. Which way are you leaning right now, Shane?
I'm going to go Europeans. I just think the squad is better, basically top to bottom. I've said this a lot over the last few months. This American team feels very much like what we've seen over the years in the President's Cup with the internationals. Very top heavy, a little weak on the bottom part of the roster. And we see that start to play out in these events as, the days go on. Friday bleeds into Saturday and then bleeds into Sunday singles. That was the big issue for the Europeans back in 1999 when the Americans made that big comeback up in Boston. Basically, the bottom part of that roster just wasn't as good. So I would lean Europeans right now. Rory McIlroy has talked so much about this being the hardest thing right now in professional golf is to win on away soil. And I think this is the team that could do it for the Europeans. This feels like the American version that we saw them roll out of Whistling Straits, considering 1 through 12. They are a scary bunch, that's for sure.
It all goes down later this month. Always a pleasure to hear from you, Shane.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
And for more great golf content, check out the Early Wedge. The Sportsline crew has you covered with everything you need to know about the Ryder Cup. Watch the Early Wedge live on Sportsline YouTube channel or find episodes, the Early Edge podcast feed, wherever you get your podcasts.